our sixth concert this summer and our last of the summer. But on December 14th, we'll have our Christmas concert that we have every year, so you can put that on your calendar. Before we get started with the Pittsburgh Banjo Club, I'd like to call up an individual. Dean Streeter, could you come up for a second? This is Dean Streeter. I'm sure most of you know. If you're a Bethel Park resident, he's been in music for decades around here. He started off as a teacher at Bethel Park High School, music teacher, became the director, taught thousands of our children. Many have gone on to become band directors and musicians of their own right. I know we all can appreciate the marching band at half times and all the musicals that he did. Upon his retirement, he didn't stop his passion for music then. He directed different bands around the South Hills community, allowing appreciation of music for all of us. About 13 years ago, Dick, as a member of the Bethel Park Community Foundation, was innovative in wanting to do something like this. He wanted to have different bands, different venues for the enjoyment of our community. And so 13 years ago, he started this with the support of the foundation, but he did it primarily on his own. Actually, all by himself. He got the bands together, he organized it. A couple years ago, it became a little too much to do the day-to-day thing. And so Jan Patera and Bernie Patera, who are back there, took it over, and I want to publicly thank them for doing so. Dean has decided that he wants to sit back and enjoy the music, so next year, Jan and Bernie are going to take it over. So once again, we thank you for continuing this tradition. The foundation wanted to present you with this little memento. If you could open it for me. Yeah. It's a baton. We figure many more years of music for you. As a foundation, we thought something was missing. You know, that just wasn't nearly enough. So I would like to say that starting today, the concert series will now be known as the Dean Streeter Townwork Concert Series.
Check with the band. Is the band ready? We're never ready. Good to see you all here. It's great to be back here again. This is one of our favorite performances and always the greatest audience in the world. I tell you that now, so be friendly. We're going to start off with the national anthem of the Banjo Club. Here it is. It's called Down Yonder. loud down here? Can you hear it in the back? Well, you have to change seats with the people in the front. That's the way it works. We're an acoustical band, except for the bass player. He's electrified, a very electrifying guy. But we're playing the four-string banjo, in case anybody hasn't seen our club before. It's a four-string banjo. The heyday of the four-string banjo, of course, was the Roaring 20s. Four-string banjo, not the five-string, so you won't hear any bluegrass or country or folk tunes. We're going to play the music of the four-string banjo, and that first number was definitely one of them. We're now going to do a song now of the season, so we want to welcome you to a great fall day that we're having here in Pittsburgh. I don't know what the temperature was last night, but I was cold trying to sleep. So we're going to try to warm you up here by bringing Chet up to the microphone to do a little tune that was recorded, of course, by the great Nat King Cole.
Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer, those days of soda and pretzels and beer. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer, dust off the sun and moon, sing a song of cheer. Don't have to tell a girl and fella about a drive-in or some romantic mood, it seems. Right from the moment that those lovers start arriving, you'll see more kissing in the cars than on the street. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer, those days of soda and pretzels and beer. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. You'll wish that summer would always be here. Now join me, lazy, hazy, crazy days of sing a song of cheer. Just fill your basket full of sandwiches and Wheaties and lock the house up. Now you're set out on the beach. You'll see the girls in their bikinis, as cute as ever, but they never get them wet. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer, those days of soda and pretzels and beer. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. You'll wish that summer would always be here.
You feel a lot warmer now? See everybody huddled together, keeping warm. It's really nice. Good to see you all here again. Hey, we're going to do another summertime song for you. This is a song that they were playing down in Atlantic City in the summertime when everybody would go to the shore, as they say here, to celebrate. A great song from the 1920s. I'd like to play it for you now. It's called By the Sea. roll. Way up the river he would roll, roll, roll. A hug he'd give her, then he'd kiss her neck. She would tell him when they'd fool around, and then they'd kiss again. And then he'd roll, roll, roll. Way up the river he would roll, 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 roll. Then he'd drop on his horse, do a few more accords, and then he'd roll, roll, roll. Another song from the 1920s was a big hit during that time period. If you watch that movie, Some Like It Hot, this was one of the songs that you saw in that movie, Some Like It Hot, with Tony Curtis, of course, and the great Marilyn Monroe. Playing a ukulele, doing this song, we'd like to do it. It was a big hit. It was written in 1922, and it was played by all of the hot jazz bands during the 1920s. It's entitled Running Wild. It gives a chance for the banjo players to let it all hang out. Lost control. I'm running wild, fighting more. Feeling gay, restless too. Carefree mind all the time. I'm never rude. I'm always going, but I don't know where. I'm always saying I don't care. Don't love nobody, it's not worthwhile. I'm all alone and I'm running wild. Banjo players love that song. It gives them a chance to play as loud and as fast as they possibly can. We try to do that. That's the way they did it in those days, because all those speakeasies wanted you to drink more, even though you weren't allowed to drink. But they did that stuff. The banjo, one of the loudest acoustical instruments there is, and it gave way to the guitar because the banjos were so loud that the police could hear it outside the speakeasy. So it gave way to the tenor guitar after a while. We're going to slow the tempo down a little bit and play a beautiful song here, introducing Mr. Dick Monitor all the way from Washington, Pennsylvania, on a project plectrum-style banjo to do a song that was written way back in 1866 entitled When You and I Were Young, Maggie. The sound of that banjo is a little different than most of our banjos. It's a plectrum-style banjo. It's tuned a little different, different than the standard four-string banjo. It was the favorite instrument of the great Eddie Peabody, and a great solo instrument. Does such a great job on that. You know, I think not only is he a great banjo player, he's a great singer. I'm going to have him do a little sing-along with you right now, because I know this audience just loved to sing along on a great little song that was made famous by the great Al Jolson and Eddie Cantor. It's called Carolina. Anybody here from Carolina, South Carolina, North Carolina? Thank goodness. Oh, I love people from South Carolina. It's really good. I have a niece who lives in North Carolina. Fortunately, she sent me a birthday card, so I like to recognize her. At any rate, here's a tune called Carolina in the Morning. Carolina in the morning. Rick's all the way from Washington, PA. We like to have him do all our southern songs because he's the guy who lives the furthest south than anybody in the band. I love this crowd. They laugh at everything I say. Except when I tell a joke, they don't laugh. Oh my goodness. Hey, we've been working on a song here for quite some time. First time we're going to do it in public, so I hope it works out okay. It was written way back in 1928, and it was first recorded by Ethel Waters. Anybody remember Ethel Waters, a black singer that did a great vocal? And then of course Judy Garland made it famous years later, and of course in 1965 it was Sammy Davis Jr. recorded it, and made a big hit out of this song. And we're going to ask Carl Lesman here to sing it for you. It's called "The Birth of the Blues." Oh, yeah.
They heard the bird in the tree singing weird melody, and they made that the start of the blues. And from a jail there came a wave of a downhearted friend, and they made that a part of the
He's from Swickley, by the way. He's known here in the band as the Swickley Flash. Seen flashing around Swickley all the time. No, I'm only kidding. Don't get excited. Don't get excited. Okay, I'm ready to tell a joke. Is the band ready for me to tell a joke? The band always says no. They hate my jokes. You know, we play a lot at senior centers, and appreciate the fact that we play there a lot. And we were on a bill at a senior center not too long ago, and also on a bill with us was a magician. And I'm sorry, it wasn't a magician, it was a hypnotist, like a hypnotist. So we were on there playing, and the hypnotist came on, and he said to the audience, he said, "I'm going to hypnotize everybody in the audience." And they all went, "Nah, you can't hypnotize us. We're too smart for that." He said, "I'm going to hypnotize everybody in the audience. You're going to do exactly what I tell you to do." So they didn't believe him. So he pulled out of his pocket, he pulled out a watch on a chain, pulled a watch out on a chain, and he was swinging it back and forth. And he said to everybody, "Now watch this watch on his chain very carefully. Keep your eyes on it for a few minutes. In a few minutes, you'll be completely hypnotized, and you do exactly what I tell you." He swung it back and forth, back. All of a sudden, the chain broke, the watch fell on the ground and broke in a million pieces. And he said, "Oh shit." See, man, they love the band hates my time. Okay. Needless to say, he was never invited back there to play. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I apologize for that. I'll tell a better one later. Hey, who's here for the first time to see the Banjo Club? Let me see a show of hands. Hey, quite a few people. Hope you enjoy it. And who also has never seen a banjo band this big before? Let me see a show of hands. Quite a few. Who don't care if they ever see a banjo band? Put your hand on it. Oh my goodness. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun at Banjo Club. We are the Pittsburgh Banjo Club. We're in our 26th year right now. We started 26 years ago. We started this club so we can get together and have some banjo fun. That's what we do. We play for fun. Nobody in this band gets paid. As you can tell, we're all independently wealthy. The band gets paid. We don't play for free. So we want to thank the Dean Streeter and the Tower Concert Series for booking us every year. They pay us a lot of money to play here. We give all the money away to charity. In the last 26 years, we've given away over $115,000 to local charities. That's what we do. Now's the time to get a commercial message. We do have CDs for sale. So if you want to pick one up, please pick one up. The money we make from our CD sales, T-shirts sales, sweatshirt sales is all donated to charity. So pick one up on the way out. But don't forget to make a donation to the Tower Concert Series. I think they're collecting money here. Please donate to them also, because it costs a lot of money to put these shows on. We appreciate it very much. We'd like to do a little Broadway show tune for you right now that we'd like to do. We like to do the Broadway show tunes, and this one you've heard before. We always get a request for it, and we like to play it. It was recorded by the great Louis Armstrong, after the great Broadway show called Hello, Dolly, and we're also going to throw in a version of Mame also recorded by the great Louis Armstrong. Broadway stage in the orchestra pits and a lot of shows, Broadway shows, Rodone May were two of them. Of course, Ragtime was another one. Chicago was another one. And a lot of banjo music affiliated with those shows. And we like to always add a few Broadway show tunes in our repertoire. We're doing another new one now. It's an old tune that you may enjoy, you may remember. It was in 1966. Broadway had a great play that came out, which was a smash hit. It was entitled Cabaret. It came out in 1966. And then 1975, they made a movie out of it. They made a movie out of it called Cabaret, starring Liza Minnelli and Joel Grey and a whole cast of wonderful people. And great music. And we love the song Cabaret. And I've asked Dr. Joan Dickerson here, that's sitting back here, is going to come up and do a vocal on Cabaret for you. I hope you enjoy it. thought she didn't know she was going to do it today, but she did a great job. Cabaret. If you haven't seen the play or the movie, check it out. It's a great story with a lot of great songs. Joel Grey was in the movie. If you remember Joel Grey, his father was in show business. His father's name was Mickey Katz. He used to play up in the Borscht Belt in the Catskills. It was called Mickey Katz and the Kosher Kittens was the name of his band. I just throw out a little trivia for you, right? I like to throw out a little trivia. Remember this stuff, I'm going to ask questions later. This is very important. This is very important. Okay, I want to tell you something. It's great coming out here to the country. I know it's a country because there's railroad tracks all over the place. The streetcar from Pittsburgh used to come way out here. In fact, we used to go all the way down to Washington, PA. You know, so when I was a young boy, I worked on a farm out in this area here. I worked for my grandfather's farm, and he had a farm. He raised bulls. He did. And my job during the summer was to move the bulls from one pasture to the other pasture, and then move them back from that pasture to this pasture. I did that all summer long, one pasture to this pasture to that pasture. I moved them all back. I was the best bull shifter in the world. See, guys, they're laughing at anything I say. Wiping my nose, you know. I said to the band, you know, my nose is running. They said, well, if you hum it, we can play it. We're going to do another song. I mentioned Louis Armstrong before. Another song that he did, a quite famous song that he did, was written in 1917. He recorded it in 1919, and we played it almost every one of our shows. Why? Because we love this song, and I like it. It's called The Darktown Strutters Ball. That song was recorded by the great Louis Armstrong, written in 1917. Louis Armstrong recorded that in 1919. Another song that was written in 1917, recorded by Louis Armstrong also in 1919. And it became Louis Armstrong's favorite song. If you've ever seen Louis Armstrong in person. Did I ever tell you about the band? Did I ever tell you about the time I met Louis Armstrong in person? They don't want to hear this story again. Yeah, I'll tell you anyhow. it's true. I met Louis Armstrong in person. I was in New York at the Jones Beach Marine Theater. His band was playing up there on a show in Philadelphia, and I went up to the stage. He was standing there on a stage, and I said, hey Louis, I'd ask you a question. I'm an up-and-coming banjo player. I'd like you to give me some advice that can help my career. What is the advice that you, such a great star, can tell me? He says, never stand in front of a star. Push it out. It's a true story. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, one of his favorite songs, well, when we recorded the Dark Town Strutter's Ball, of course, 1919, on the B side of that album, record, if anybody has one of those old 78s, when I look to this crowd, I'm sure some of you have some of those old 78s at home. I know I do. And on the B side of that Dark Town Strutter's Ball was another song that became his favorite. It was called Back Home Again in Indiana. We'd like to do that for you right now. Showing off. Boy, he played loud, doesn't he? Can you hear him okay? He's really not a doctor, he's a dentist. He has a great practice up in Ingomar, and he brought his equipment with him. If anybody needs any dental work, you're right outside the show here. I just want to tell you, if you have trouble with your dentures, he uses Elmer's glue, so he's very inexpensive, that's why. Standing up there with the microphone and ready to sing, because he loves to sing, is Carl Lusman. He's going to do a little song that was also written in 1926. It was introduced by the great Al Jolson. And I was watching a movie the other day, and this was the first song you heard in this movie. It was the 1965 version of King Kong. I don't know if you've seen that latest version. Not the 1938 version, 1965 version. First song you hear takes place in New York, and it's apropos for the title of the movie King Kong. It's called I'm Sitting on Top of the World.
Hey, now I'm sitting on top of the world, just rolling along, just singing the song, and I'm quitting all the blues of the world, just rolling along and singing the song. Glory, hallelujah.
1928, and it was recorded by Brother Bones and his Shadows. He played the bones, he whistled, played the bones, and it was a great hit in 1928. Of course, it became very, very, very popular again in 1955 when the Harlem Globetrotters adopted it as their theme song. So if you've ever been to a Harlem Globetrotter game, you'll know that they play this song as the basketball players come out on the court, doing all their fancy stuff with the basketballs. And they play the recording by Brother Bones, and as he whistles and played this great song. Roger's going to play the bones for you. Is Roger here? They're waking him up, that's what they're doing. You guys play, I'll tell the jokes. Okay, Brother Bones on a song called Sweet Georgia Brown. Take a second here and bring up our two young banjoists to the front of the stage here. For those of you that have been following the banjo for all these many years, you can remember Nico and Enzo Chiotti. They were with us since they're 3 and 4 years old, and they were singing, and now they've been playing the banjo very well. They have become actually some of Pittsburgh's and the nation's top banjoists right now. Playing all over the nation, going to banjo shows, conventions, competitions, demonstrating their skills on the banjo. And they've been playing banjo, I guess, since they're about 7 or 8 years old. They are now the dreaded teenagers of the band. If you know what I mean. So, anyways, we're going to do a couple of songs. Who's that? Who's that? Was that JT or Norman? Norman's our musical director. How about a hand for Norm Mazinger? Sometimes we'll do anything to get some recognition. So here's Nico and Enzo doing a little tune for you. What are you going to play, Morris? Avalon, a great Al Jolson song from 1920, demonstrating some of their great banjo skills on the 4-string banjo. weekend in front of Woolies Fish Market down in the Strip District. If you go down there, they play right out in front of the store. They were out there one day playing, and the management hired them to play out there every weekend, Saturday and Sundays, trying to attract the customers in there. The only problem is they get paid in clams. And that's not even scale. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to tell anybody. They're going to do another little quick number for you right now, demonstrating some of their banjo skills on a four-string of a song that was really popular in the 1920s. Everybody was dancing in Charleston to these two songs called, actually this one song is called 5 Foot 2. They're with us all the time. For those of you that come down on Wednesday nights to see our open rehearsals at the Allegheny Elks Lodge on the north side, you'll see the boys are there. They're with us all the time. They're at all our shows, all our performances. They're homeschooled, so they're able to be with us all the time, hanging out with the band, learning as much about life as they can from the band. Yeah, they go drinking and smoking with us all the time. I'm only kidding, they don't smoke. We'd like to do a march for you now. We'd like to play this demonstrating John Philip Sousa. It wasn't written by him, but he recorded it and made it quite famous. Everybody thinks he wrote it. We'd like to do it now. It's entitled Under the Double Eagle. the time that song was made popular, everybody was doing the Stephen Foster song. So it wouldn't be a Pittsburgh Banjo Club show, performance, picnic, jam session, get together, if we didn't pay tribute to America's songwriter, Stephen Foster. And we meet at the Allegheny Elks Lodge on the north side of Pittsburgh. It's called the Allegheny Elks Lodge because that part of the north side was called Allegheny City many years ago, and that's where Steve Foster grew up. I know, born in Lawrenceville. A lot of people don't know that his father was kicked out of his house in Lawrenceville when Steve Foster was only a little baby, and he moved to Allegheny City where he lived and worked there. He became the first mayor of Allegheny City. And actually, Steve Foster grew up as a teenager right near the Allegheny Elks Lodge. So we always like to pay tribute to Steve Foster. Contrary to common belief, Stephen Foster did not start the Banjo Club. So at any rate, we'd like to pay tribute to Stephen Foster by playing a few of his songs we put together. And we call it our South Medley. I hope you enjoy it. Don't say nothing until you hear it. President Truman declared Stephen Foster as America's songwriter in 1947, when he actually declared the banjo as America's instrument. And President Truman also made another great proclamation, and he asked that question in 1947 while visiting Pittsburgh. He said, "What the hell is a profanitary?" No one's ever been able to figure that one out. That's why they got rid of that office downtown. Oh my goodness. Hey, everything I'm telling you here today is true, so try to remember that. Because everything I say is going to be true, because people can look it up on these new smartphones. Everything I say is true. And whether it's true or not, you better believe it. So. Hey, it wouldn't be one of our shows if we didn't pay tribute to the men and women in the armed forces. We'd like to do that as we thank the men and women in the armed forces serving all over the world right now, doing a tough job under some harrowing conditions, so we appreciate that. We also want to say thank you to all the veterans that are here in the audience, as we thank you for their great service throughout the years. So we're going to play some military songs here, so any veterans here or members of the armed forces can stand up when you hear the song of your branch of service, so we can all say thank you for your sacrifice and service. We're going to start with the Coast Guard, always one person from the Coast Guard, and maybe we can find one here. We're going to start with the Coast Guard.
You ready? Yes. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I don't see any Coast Guard. I guess they're busy guarding the river. Don't go too far away because we'll be back in about 10 minutes for another 3 more hours of banjo music. That was the fastest hour you have ever spent here. But I hope it sparked a few memories for you. We'll be back with some more vocals and sing-alongs. So don't nobody go no place. We'll be right back.
BPTV is a benefit to any organization in Bethel Park. Not only do they have the community bulletin board, but you can also produce your own shows, which is a really fun and interesting way to get your information into the community. The library is currently producing 4 shows. They're all available on YouTube, also on the library's website, and you can see them in rotation on BPTV. It's a way to get the staff's face known in the community so that when we're out at the Giant Eagle, you recognize us and say, hey, I saw you on BPTV, and that's a lot of fun for us. I've worked in 2 other communities as a librarian, and while both had TV studios in their school districts, I didn't know about the service, and I was never approached to say, hey, you want to do a show or a promo or anything. In that way, I find BPTV to be really fantastic for any organization in the Bethel Park community. I find that BPTV is very proactive. I've been approached about show ideas, and I've also feel welcome to go down to the office and pitch an idea. BPTV staff and volunteers are very helpful and very knowledgeable. Another good opportunity is to send a couple members of your organization over to BPTV to be trained on the equipment in case there aren't volunteers available. There is an emphasis in education in general, and libraries in particular, to create maker spaces, which are areas where people can come and use equipment to create music or music videos or videos of any kind, or also stop motion animation. With BPTV right here, the library has not had to invest in that kind of space, where many other libraries are doing so across the country. Right here in Pittsburgh, the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh has spent a tremendous amount of money to create maker spaces in their facilities, and we're fortunate that we don't have to do that. BPTV is indeed the pulse of Bethel Park. It is a wonderful state-of-the-art community asset. Residents of Bethel Park are very lucky to live in a community that supports not only a state-of-the-art television studio, but also a fantastic community center and a library. It's a great opportunity to learn and also to promote your organization. I'm Christine McIntosh, Executive Director of Bethel Park Public Library and producer of Check It Out on BPTV.
Falling in the home is very common and is dangerous. Luckily, it's very preventable.
Many health problems increase the chance of falling in the home. Talk to your doctor about possible health problems that could increase your risk of falling.
Wearing the right shoes can go a long way in fall protection. Wear properly fitting, sturdy shoes with non-skid soles. Avoid wearing high heels, flimsy slippers, and shoes with slick soles.
Staying physically active can also decrease the chance of falling. With a doctor's okay, consider activities that improve strength, balance, and coordination.
There are many ways to make your home safer as well. Clearing walkways of cords or boxes, securing loose rugs with double-faced tape or slip-resistant backing, and using non-slip mats in your bathtub or shower all help.
There are many things to consider towards fall prevention. Talk to your doctor about other possible ways to prevent falls.
Just because. Frankie Yankovic's theme song. Just because you think you're so great, just because you think you're so high, just because you think you got something nobody else has got. Cause people spend all the money and call me all Santa Claus. I'm telling you it ain't not true. Just because Tootsie goodbye, Tootsie don't cry. Choo-choo train that takes you away from you, no words to say or sound. Makes me kiss me to the end. Christmas has come. God's me to spend all my money. And call me old Santa Claus. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, Christmas me come. Well, this is the time of our program that we ask people for a request. Burn, too late. We'll have to come back next year. It'll be fast, it'll be fast. We did have a request for a tune that is on our CD recorded by the great George Windrum, one of our longtime original members who passed away a few years ago at the age of 95. And he recorded this song for us. It's always a big hit. I'm going to ask Carl Lessman, who's not quite 95 yet, to do this tune called I Found a $1 Million Baby on a 5 and 10 cent store.
It was a lucky April shower. It was the most convenient door. I found a $1 million baby in the 5 and 10 cent store. The rain continued for an hour. I hung around for 3 or 4 around that $1 million baby in the 5 and 10 cent store. She was selling China, and when I saw those eyes, I kept buying China until the crowd got warm. And incidentally, if you should wander through a shop, just step inside my cottage door and meet the $1 million baby from the 5 and 10 cent store. Oh, she was selling China, and when I saw those eyes, I kept buying China until the crowd got warm. And incidentally, if you should wander through a shop, just step inside my cottage door and meet that $1 million baby from the 5 and 10 cent store.
Thank you very much, Carl. Thank you. Well, you know, we played some Broadway show tunes before. There's one we didn't play. We like to do it every one of our shows. And one of the great musicals on Broadway was The Music Man. I'm sure many of you saw the movie or saw the play. And in that play, in that musical, a lot of great songs, a lot of barbershop singing in that song. We don't have a barbershop quartet with us, but we have 2 guys that are going to sing all 4 parts for you. Chad Bird's going to get up here and sing a great tune. I'm sure you'll like it. It's entitled Light a Rose. No good? You don't like it? You said, oh, I thought, oh, okay. Light a Rose, here they are.
you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Like a rose, oh, won't you be mine? Like a rose, come again to get the sunlight in my
Trying to trip me on this wire. That's the trouble. World War II guys, a tripwire. Oh my goodness. I asked the band, can I tell another joke? And they said, we don't care what you do. I told this joke last year, got a big laugh. Let's see if anybody remembers the joke. It's the famous Cheerios joke. Did you ever hear it? Tommy and Billy, little young fellas, 4 years old, they're home, they're going to bed, and Tommy says to Billy, do you know any curse words? So Billy says, sure, I know a curse word, damn. So Tommy said, that's a good word. Do you know any? He says, yeah, I know a curse word, ass. Oh my God, yeah, that's a good word. Well, let's impress Mommy tomorrow morning. When we go down for breakfast, and we'll show what big guys we are, and we'll use those words. So they go down for breakfast, and Mother says, oh, good Billy, what do you want for breakfast? He said, I'll have some damn Cheerios. So she slaps him in the face, washes his mouth out with soap, and says, you're grounded, you go up to your room and you stay there all day. So she said, okay, Tommy, what do you want for breakfast? He said, you could bet your sweet ass I don't want any damn Cheerios. As long as I keep getting a laugh, I'll keep telling those lousy jokes. That's what I said to my wife, I don't want any damn Cheerios. We've had a lot of requests too. Some person asked us to play Laura's theme. Well, we're running out of time, so we'll play it next year, so come back. And if Dean Streeter and Atara Kotsis invite us back next year, in fact, they did invite us back next year prior to hearing my jokes. So the event will be, I think, the third Sunday in July. I think it's July 16th next year, if I'm not correct. Check your schedules. We'll be back if we're still around. So we want to thank you for your attention. We're going to play a couple more songs before we take it. Is everybody here waiting to catch a subway or anything? We're almost running out of time. We've got a few more routines we got to do. We're going to play another quick number, and I will give a free CD. We have CDs for sale. We'll give away a free CD to the first person can name the #1 song in World War II. Put your hand down, you don't count. You're selling the CDs. #1 song from World War II. Anybody know it? It was Show Me the Way to Go Home? No, that wasn't it. We'll play it. We'll see if you recognize it. It's the old beer barrel. Requested by soldiers all over the world, or military. GIs and military people all over the world, and then Jim Miller went into. You watch those old World War II movies like I do. Watch a lot of movies, and you'll always hear that song. Some piano player playing it, and in a movie, Ernest Borgnine was playing it in From Here to Eternity, and right before he got in a fight with French song. So at any rate, it's a great tune. Like it was an old Slovenian love song that was adapted as a beer barrel in 1938 by Lou Brown, one of the great songwriters. So speaking of World War II, we'd like to do a big song from World War II right now. We've got our big band with us, so we're able to do a song from the big band era. Of course, this song is recorded by Les Brown and a band of renown, one of the big orchestras of that time. In 1944, it became one of the favorite songs of the troops returning back from World War II as they disembarked wherever they were disembarking at. And it was a great song, and it was first recorded and played by Les Brown and the band of renown at the Hotel Pennsylvania in New York. The singer with that Brown, with that orchestra, the singer with the Les Brown Orchestra, first person can tell me who that was. Who said Doris Day? You did? Well, I'm not giving you any prizes on that. Yeah, we'll give you a CD. We'll give you a CD. You don't want it? You want to sell it? You know, if you don't like banjo music, buy a CD and give it to somebody you hate. That always works. Oh my God. I'm going to bring Roger Bloff up to the microphone here. He doesn't look anything like Doris Day. Try to use your imagination. He's going to play the harmonica on a great tune called Sentimental Journey. garrison of bars, so we're used to a lot of noise. You know, I just realized we didn't do too many sing-alongs today, and we'd like to do a sing-along now. And this is a song that's known worldwide. Everybody knows the words of this song, and you hear it at every baseball game, you know, during the 7th inning stretch. Believe it, I give you so much trivia. This song was written in 1908 by Jack Norworth. He was a Ziegfeld Follies husband. His wife was Nora Bayes, was in the Ziegfeld Follies, and he was on his way to see her perform at the Ziegfeld Follies at the Amsterdam Theater. And he was on a subway train, and there was a sign on the subway train that said, "Baseball today, Polo Grounds, 2 p.m." And he got inspired to write this song, and he did, and everybody seems to know it, and we can all sing it together. 1908, it was first played at a Los Angeles game in 1935. He never saw a baseball game until 25 years later. Never been to a baseball game, Jack Norworth. Take me out to the ball game. Let's all do it. Jack Norworth, he wrote another great song that his wife made famous, "Shine On Harvest Moon," but we're not going to play that until September. The big moon. So we've had a lot of requests for a lot of tunes, but one thing we do here every year, and I always send you home to practice this song and see if we can all do it. It's the world's greatest sing-along song. It's called "Heart of My Heart." I'm going to ask Chet to lead you along, so I hope you've been practicing, because he's listening very closely to this great song in a key of G. It's called "Heart of My Heart."
All right, here we go. Heart of my heart, I love that melody. Heart of my heart, brings back fond memory. When we were kids on the corner of the square, get ready. We were rough and ready guys.
been sitting here a long time. A lot of us got here pretty early, and I know it's tough when you're sitting a long time. If you're anything like me, the knees get a little stiff and the back gets stiff, and you need a little exercise before you can get up. So we're going to do a little song here which requires a little exercise. We do it every year, so let's see if you've been practicing at home. We're going to play the song, My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. You all know that song? So every time a word starts with the letter B, I want you to stand up, if you can. And the next word with the letter B, you sit back down. And the next word is going to be a step back up, and vice versa. But of course, if you're unable to get up and down, just do it in your seats. I don't mean do it in your seats. That reminds me of the hypnotist joke. Oh my God. So my body lies over the ocean. So let's see if we can do that. My body lies over the ocean. Very good. My body lies over the sea. My body lies over the ocean. So bring back my body to me. Be sitting down right now. Somebody wasn't practicing. Maybe the band threw you off. Let's do it without the band. Let's do it without the band, okay? Let's go. My body lies over the ocean. My body lies over the sea. My body lies over the ocean. So bring back my body to me. Okay. Now we're going to add the music, but we're going to play it a little faster. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Tower Concert Stage, Mr. Dean Streeter, Pittsburgh Manager, we want to thank you all for your attention. What a great audience. You know, the most precious thing you can give anybody in your life is your time. And we want to thank you for spending your time this afternoon with us as we play the banjo. We want to say you're a great audience. It's always happy to be here. Come and see us any Wednesday night at the Allegheny Elks Lodge on the north side of Pittsburgh, right near the ball field. Come down and see us. Our next big performance will be at Ross Township Community Days on September 20th. We'll be back here next year. So God bless you. Have a safe trip home. We love you.
Over 1 million people in the U.S. get cancer each year. Today we will be informing you about melanoma or skin cancer.
Symptoms of melanoma are changes in existing moles, the development of new pigmented or unusual looking growths on your skin, chills, cough, and feeling weak or achy.
Some risk factors of melanoma are fair skin and light-colored hair, applying sunscreen, avoiding midday sun, wearing protective clothing, wearing a hat, sunglasses, and avoiding tanning beds are all ways of preventing melanoma.
Skin cancer is the most common form of cancer. In fact, 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer in their lifetime. If you experience any of these symptoms, contact your doctor immediately. Yearly professional skin exams are recommended. For more information on these cancers, visit cancer.org.
My love of books goes way, way back, and that's why working here at the Bethel Park Library is such a perfect fit for me. I remember fond memories of my childhood, reading to my younger sister some of our favorite books like The Pokey Little Puppy or Mickey Mouse's Picnic. As part of our bedtime routine, we would be on our bed, before we fell asleep, reading chapter books together and all taking turns sharing chapters from Little House on the Prairie or Anne of Green Gables. As we got older and we were able to read it on our own, we would still read aloud together and we would share chapters. We'd take turns, we'd pass the book around. I stress that to families today, the importance of reading aloud and sharing books as a family, because not only does it create those wonderful memories that you always have, but it's so very fundamental to the reading process and to the learning process. Picture books have always been my favorite. So again, working here at the library is just wonderful, and it's the perfect fit because now I get to share those happy memories and I get to share the awesome picture books with kids. And kids of all ages. I love doing shows on BPTV such as Book Nook because again, I'm sharing my love of books with kids at home and hopefully encouraging them to come in and then check those books out. And it does work. I've seen it happen. I love when kids run in here, the next morning and say, I just watched you on TV last night. Or when a parent is with that child saying, hey, we're here to check out that book that you read on the last Book Nook show. That's great. That's how we know it's working and our purpose behind the show is being fulfilled. It's also especially rewarding to me to hear of not only people watching it and viewing it with their kids in their homes, but maybe also using it in their classrooms. I have a lot of friends who are teachers, and we've connected again via Facebook, and a lot of these teachers are telling me that they're airing Book Nook in their classrooms and sharing it with their young students. So that's especially rewarding to me. Patrons who I've become very close with, friends with, who have moved away, and they were sad that they were no longer going to be able to tune in to check it out, but lo and behold, now they can, because again, the BPTV staff is so wonderful, and they upload our episodes to YouTube as well, so now she watches them on the web with her children in Kentucky or wherever it might be. So it is very, very rewarding. We're not only sharing these stories, these special books with kids here in Bethel Park, but we're sharing them with kids across the United States. My name is Elaine Volpe, Head of Youth Services at the Bethel Park Public Library and producer of Missy Lane's Book Nook on BPTV.